Today, I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can get started in day trading without risking a lot of your own money. We're going to go over funded accounts and prop firms using TopStep. We are going to implement that alongside QuantCrawler, which is a technical analysis bot essentially that I built and has its own standalone website that will analyze charts if you don't know how to do it. And we are actually live testing this on two different funded accounts. This system and strategy is working, and I'm going to walk you through from A to Z exactly how to set up your account, where to go, and what websites, what you need to register for. You can do it for under $50 out of pocket and start implementing this today. So, guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is come over to topstep.com. Is what topstep.com is they are a company that allows you to pay X amount of dollars per month, depending on the account size, to go into a simulated trading environment and test your skills in day trading. Is how this works is like this. I'll scroll down and show you the account size, but here's what they have on their website. One rule, one goal, become a top step trader. Once you set up your account, you go into a thing called a trading combine, and it said it's our program that helps traders build better skills, discipline, and habits as they are evaluated for funding. Pass the trading combine and unlock an express funded account in as little as 2 days. A top step funded trader can pay themselves up to 4 times a month. So then when you click explore how it works, it breaks it down right here even more. I'm not going to go all the way through this, but this is how you guys can find more information to do your own research and decide if this is right for you. If this isn't right for you, then totally fine. Just skip it and figure out an alternate way. But this is what I'm going to be explaining. I've done this multiple times, and here are the account size options. I know multiple people who have tried all of these. Nobody seems to really go higher than this, though, nowadays. So, $49 a month, 50K buying power. Your profit target is to turn this figure right here into 53,000. So to make $3,000, you can have a max of 5 contracts at a time, and your max loss limit is $2,000, which means once you're set up, your goal is to make $3,000. Your other goal is to not lose $2,000. So you need to turn this number into 53 or higher, and you cannot let it go to 48,000 or lower. Otherwise, you have to pay another $49 a month to reset the account and try again. I'm going to put myself right in the middle of the screen for this. This is how TopStep makes money. They get people into their accounts. They don't take them serious. They think they're just going to go into a futures trade, blast a trade out there, run it up to $5,000, and then they're going to be cleared. That's not how it works. They have a consistency rule, and you can get into an express account in 2 days, which means if you make $1,500 today and you make $1,500 tomorrow, your account on Wednesday would go into express. Once that happens, it resets to $50,000, and then any money you make above that, for the time being, you get to actually cash that out in real money. But there's a couple things you have to understand. You're not trading in an actual live environment, no matter what, in every scenario. Whether you're in the combine or an express account, you are still always in a simulation environment. TopStep pays you out when you have an express account of real monies that you would have earned. But again, before we go any further, think about this. You're not trading in a live environment. They're not making money in a live environment. The money that they make to pay you out is literally off of people failing accounts, because day trading is not easy. So if you pay the $49 a month and you don't treat it serious, you're then going to pay $49 to reset, another $49 to reset because you made a bad trade and you didn't take it serious. All of a sudden, you're $200 in to setting up your account. Resets are at $150. You've done it 3 times. And now the $200 that you've given TopStep, they're using to pay traders that are actually taking their account serious and actually earning payouts. So again, if you're going to do this, you have to take it serious. This isn't a lottery or gambling where you're just going to come in here and try and blast out trades to get a funded account. It doesn't work like that. Now that we said all that and my dad ran is over, I'm a dad to 3 girls, so sometimes you got to be really clear. You set up your account. Once you get this to $53,000 over 2 days, all traders must pay a one-time $149 activation fee per express funded account upon passing. So let's recap that again. You pay $49 a month. You trade well and you get this up to 53,000 over a couple days or a couple weeks, however long it takes you get it there. 53,000, you're now moving into an express account. In order for that to happen, you pay a $149 activation fee. So you're $200 out of pocket on one account right now. But at this point, once you set up, your account will look like this when you log in. Right here, you will see you have a 50K trading combine. Your balance is $50,000. Your max loss limit is 48,000, and you've made no money and you have not lost any money. So you are now ready when the market is open. If you click this button right here, you are in a live trade on the simulated environment, live to you, simulated environment. You are in the trade and your position is moving up or down, and you are either making money above 50,000 or losing money below 50,000, depending on how the trade is going. So right now, we have set up a TopStep account. We are logged in and we are on the charts, but how do you know what to do? There's multiple strategies that you can try and figure out. I use what's called a 5-minute orb strategy with a fair value gap. This is an actual strategy that you use in the mornings, but we're going to cover that in a different video. But let's say you're here, you don't have a strategy, and you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. How do you even start? I built a program called QuantCrawler. QuantCrawler started as a GPT on ChatGPT that basically analyzes screenshots that you provide it with technical analysis. This should not be 100% your strategy. However, I am using it on these two accounts right here with TopStep exclusively as my strategy to see if I can turn this account right here and this account right here that is copy trading it. These are doing the exact same trades is what that means. When I click the button here, it copies it to this one here, and they're doing the same trades. So I'm essentially doubling up. I am exclusively using QuantCrawler to test how good it is at breaking down charts. And right now, here are the stats after 3 days. In total, we have a profit and loss of $606.76 over 3 days. We've taken 7 trades with a 71.4% win rate. The day win percentage is 67%. My profit factor is a 3.58, meaning for all the money I've lost, I'm making 3.58 times that. My best day total profit percentage is 75.65. So now let's scroll down here and I'll show you the calendar. This account was started last Thursday. On that day, we made $459.02. Friday, not such a good day. We lost 76.98. Today, we made $224.72, which is how we get our grand total of $606.76. Now, when you're on this, you can click to see these are the trades you took. Here's the journal. You can add it. Our first trade that we started this morning, we lost. It was a bad read on NQ. I actually clicked the wrong button on that and didn't mean to. I thought I was in a different account, but we didn't take it away. It still counts on this account. I was then able to go into MGC and make that back. So I got to break even, zeroed it out, and then canceled the trade, which then led us into this morning. We waited and waited. We went in about 7:16 Pacific Standard Time, which would be 10:16 Eastern Standard Time, about 45 minutes after market open. And this one ran until we ended up hitting our trailing stop loss, which we moved up to preserve profit of $216. So that was today, and this was exclusively using QuantCrawler that I built right here at QuantCrawler.com. So we're going to get into that more in a minute, but I just wanted to recap with you guys. These accounts are exclusively using QuantCrawler. I'm not using anything else. I'm also not advocating that this should 100% be your strategy, but after 3 days, we're up $606 times 2 because we're on 2 accounts. This one here, and then you can also see when I go to the follower account, it's absolutely identical. Up $606.76. Everything's the same, so I'm not going to go through it again, but we're up essentially $1,200 in 3 days. So when you go to QuantCrawler.com, this is what you're going to see. If you're already a member, you click this here and you log in. If you're not a member and you haven't signed up, this is what the website looks like. AI-powered trade charting and technical analysis. Get professional trade setups with exact entry stops and targets in seconds. You can get a 30-day free trial. Then after that, it's $9.99 a month after the trial. Now, I've taken some heat on this because when I built this, it was a Chat GPT bot, and I said it's always going to be free, and I'm acknowledging that. So here's a couple things. To run the GPT on ChatGPT, you have to have the plus version of ChatGPT, which is $20 a month. When I moved it off of ChatGPT, which it's still available and it's still there, if you pay for it, you can go use it. If you have ChatGPT Plus, just come to my website, aaronandai.com, click the term QuantCrawler right here, and then click this, and it will immediately pull you in to ChatGPT, where you can then use the QuantCrawler GPT right here within ChatGPT. But this version is more advanced, it's updated more, and it's on its own website. So I said the GPT will always be free, and it will. I'm not going to change that. But in the event that ChatGPT takes it down, I wanted this to be its own standalone on its own website. So, again, recapping, you pay $20 a month to have access to use the GPTs. I'm charging $10 a month for this on its own standalone because I'm not willing to lose money, so other people have the opportunity to make money, and running something like this with API calls and integrations and hosting costs me money. So now that we got that out of the way, you register for the account, you start your trial, cancel it anytime if you want. If you want to keep it because you're making money or having success, it's $9.99 a month after that. Once you click start free trial, you then see this screen where you can either log in with Google, you can enter in your email address if that's how you registered, or you just do sign up, go through the process. The Stripe billing page pops up. I'm not going to go through all that because I'd have to actually create this. The Stripe billing page pops up. You put on a payment method. You start your 30-day trial. Once you are logged in, this is what you will see right here. QuantCrawler. You don't even, if you're brand new, you don't even need to worry about this. If you know what indicators are and you've been day trading, before you upload to QuantCrawler, you need to turn them off so it doesn't pick up the wrong prices and give you bad entries or stop losses and take profits, because it's going to base everything off of the chart price. So let's go with the assumption you know absolutely nothing about trading. You've set up your TopStep account, you're in here on your main account, and this is what it looks like right here. You're on the chart, just sitting here, and you're like, now what do I do? A couple of things. You come up here to the top left. This is your ticker. You're looking at MNQ. MNQ is the micro NASDAQ. So for this video, we're going to keep it right here. You then are going to see this number right here, 15M, which means you're looking at the 15-minute chart for micro NASDAQ. Here's the first thing you want to do in here. Click this button. Then scroll down to 15 and click the star next to it. Then go to 5 minutes, click the star next to it, and then 1 minute, click the star next to it. Is what that does is it sets it here, so all you have to do is click these and it changes. You don't have to go to the drop down and slide every single time. So if we look at QuantCrawler, this says upload your trading charts, recommended timeframes, 15-minute trend structure, 5 minute for momentum, and 1 minute for entry timing. So you don't even need to worry about the parentheses. You just need to get it the 15-minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute for whatever chart you're looking at. So we're in here, we're on the 15-minute, and now you're like, Aaron, how do I get this image out? In the top right corner, there's a little camera. You click it and then go copy image. You then come over to QuantCrawler and you paste it. You're going to do this 3 times over, one for the 15, one for the 5, and one for the 1 minute. Before you hit enter, this is what you need to realize. This defaults to an analysis of a $200 risk and a 1 to 2 reward, which means you're willing to lose $200 out of your $50,000 account to make a 1 to 2 risk to reward, meaning you're risking $200 to have the opportunity to make $400 if QuantCrawler is correct. It then says right here, reply with different amounts to recalculate. I'm not even going to go into that in this video because when you get to that point, you will know. You just simply type in $400. It will then give you a larger stop loss and a larger take profit, but we'll get into that at another time. This is for very basic beginners who have no idea what's going on. So we've been into TopStep, we've taken our screenshots, we uploaded them into QuantCrawler, our 15, 5, and 1 minute chart, and then we just simply click Analyze. Now, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a disclaimer that says QuantCrawler may make calculation errors. This is just my legal disclaimer that has to be on every single thing I put out, because if you make money or you lose money, the liability is on you as the consumer using it to either your benefit or I guess sometimes it could be considered your downfall. It just depends on how you want to look at it. So here we are, the ticker MNQ. We can validate that MNQ. We're looking at the right thing. Trade setup. Again, the contract reiterates it's micro E-mini NASDAQ 100 MNQ. The current price 35734.75. Now, That price doesn't exactly match, but it's close enough because we took our screenshots. I've been talking and the price has moved just a little bit, but it's within a few dollars. Entry 25730. So it wants our entry to be slightly under where it's at. Now, here's something you can do on the chart. If you want to look right here to where this is at, you hold the control button and then your mouse wheel to scroll. And you're like, well, Aaron, that doesn't look very good, but I see what you're saying. Then after you've done that, come off to the right side where the price is and your two little up and down arrows will show up. Scroll there as well, and it will expand out like this. Just keep going. Then drag, and you'll start to see the candles are getting bigger. Now, hold control again and zoom out just a little. You have a much better, easier to read chart so you can see the price action and what it's doing. Now, QuantCrawler said to enter at 25730. We are at 25732. If you wanted to do it right now, you could. It's just, well, there you go. Right now, you'd be at your entry point. Live on video. So, is how you would do this to match exactly what QuantCrawler has is this. You, on the right-hand side, have a buy, and a buy means you think it's going to go up. The price is going to go up, and that's called a long. You are predicting that going long means the price is going to go up, and that's what QuantCrawler is predicting. The price is going to go up. A sell would be a short. You think it's going to go down. So if we were here at the top of this candle and you click sell and it goes down to here, you would make money. You would be profitable even though the stock is losing money, or excuse me, even though NQ, the futures are going down. Even though it's losing money, you are making money because you said this is going to go short, which means the price is going to go down. It does. You're profitable because you timed it. There's a better explanation for that, but that's essentially the long and short of it. You get it? Dork. The long means it's going up. The short means it's going down. So that's how you would play this. If QuantCrawler says a long, you're looking at the green buy button. It's even coded in green. Now, before you do all of this, you can come into this settings icon right here, manage brackets. Click it. This pops up. Now, is what you can do here is your risk. This is where you can put in your risk to reward that you want to target. So QuantCrawler populates at a $200 risk, which would set a $400 reward on a 1 to 2 risk to reward. If you are someone who's like, hey, I want to risk $200, but I want to make $1,000. I don't recommend it, but put it there. That would be a 1 to 5 risk to reward. But for this video, we're doing a $200 risk and a $400 profit. Just assuming you are a brand new trader and this is how you're setting up your account. You can do 100 and 200 if you want. It doesn't matter to me. You pick for your risk level. Now, before you move out of this window, you click this button, automatically apply risk profit bracket to new positions. So you save it and then close it. The market right now is closed, so I can't show you an exact execution, and I wouldn't want to do it for the video anyways, just because right now I'm just recording and I haven't really been looking at this. But the minute you click this button right here, it's going to put your entry point right here, and it will auto-calculate from where you entered a $200 stop loss from your entry point, which will line up with this right here, 100 points, $200 total risk, and it will set your take profit up here for your 1 to 2 risk to reward. The minute you click this button, it auto brackets it to exactly what QuantCrawler has as well. You do need to verify that these numbers line up. So enter here, your stop loss will be here, 25,630. So let's find that on the chart. We're going to scrunch down and we're going to scroll down. Your stop loss would be down here. So again, once you click this button, whether it's a buy or a sell, it's going to auto bracket where you entered and then your stop loss and your take profit. If you do a long, your stop loss will be down below and your take profit where you're making money will be above your entry price. If you are doing a short, your stop loss will be up here and your take profit will be down here, and you want this to continue down. So if you are a brand new day trader and you are using QuantCrawler, only look at this until you get used to it, please. Do not look at this one right here, but I will explain what this is and why you should not look at this just yet. When you come in here, if you do a $200 buy on one contract, it's going to be huge and you're going to have a lot of room for the price to move and not get stressed out. And worst case, you're only going to lose $200 off of your demo account, essentially, that you're only paying $49 for the entire month. You're not losing 200 real dollars. This section right here, though, is saying if you want to do multiple contracts, which would basically mean you're taking this right here, this point difference on 3 times what it would be, which adjusts your points and adjusts your target stop or take profit, because you want to amplify with more contracts and opportunity in the event it goes up, that you're going to make your money faster. This is a wider stop for a longer play, meaning you're willing to let this unfold for a while. You don't need quick money. 3, 5, 7 contracts right here, as it scales, gets more aggressive. So this top one, instead of risking $200 on one contract, down here, you'd be risking $67 on 3 contracts to get close to this figure. You can also see the stop distance at 33.5 points versus 100 points, and a point is essentially $1 on the price. So is what this one means here. If your entry price is, what is it here, 25730, that means you aren't going to lose $200 until the price on this hits 25630. So this NQ ticker has to lose $100 off of this price right here to be 100 points. The flip side to that is it has to make $200 to make your take profit. So there has to be a lot of movement on a stock like that or a futures investment like this to make that happen. But you have time, so you don't need to be in a hurry. If you use the multiple contracts options, you will scale faster. The more that it goes up and you have 3 contracts at a time, your money is essentially tripling here versus what it would here. Now, as you scroll down in QuantCrawler, if you want to keep learning and trying to understand why what it's telling you to do, it's because on the 15-minute chart right here, when you zoom back out, it can see an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows, price pushing towards new highs. So it's not creating anything new. It's going like this, higher highs, higher lows, continues up, and it thinks that's going to continue. Same thing with the 5-minute, and then on the 1-minute, because that's more of a micro view, it's kind of looks like it's consolidating right now. And consolidating means it's just chopping around and it's getting ready for either a break or a break. This one says consolidating near the highs, showing signs of strength and potential for continuation. Continuation would mean it's consolidating and then it's going to continue up. That would be our continuation. This right here, the confluence, is telling you 3 of 3 time frames agree, meaning the 1-minute, 5-minute, and 15-minute, based on what it can determine, think that it's going up. It's going to continue. So all 3 are in agreement. That's how you get the overall bias being bullish. Again, bullish is similar to a long. Bullish means the market is doing well. You think it's going to go up. Bearish would mean short. Bearish is a bear market, meaning it's going down. So if you hear the terms bullish or bearish, that's what it means. Again, bullish going up, bearish going down. A long going up, a short going down. Now, key levels right here, support is what this means, is at 25720, where we're at right here. Let me draw a line at this exact point so it stays. It's seeing right here on support that it hits this line, drops below a second, and then immediately gets pushed back up. Within 5 minutes, it's pushed back above, and then it pings along there. So it's assuming that at this line, there's a level of support, and it's not expected to go down below heavy because there's support right here. Is what would invalidate this would mean a large amount of sellers come in and sell off a lot to completely break below this line of support. Then this would no longer be valid and there would be a new line of support down here as it continued on. But for the time being, until that happens, this is the support line on this chart that it can see right now. Not always, just right now. And then the resistance at 25,750 is essentially right here, this top line. You can see we're below the support line, the bottom line. It breaks above. Now it goes to break out, and the minute it gets to 2750 or right around there, big sell to get it back down. It rallies back up, even bigger sell to get it down. This is what resistance means. So for this specific chart that we are looking at right now, This is our level of resistance and this is our level of support. So right now you're just ping ponging around in here until one breaks out above or below this range of support and resistance. It's just in continuation and consolidation. It's just going to continue here, chipping away and consolidating until there's a breakout. When that's breaking out, one of these will be invalidated. If it breaks above, then our call that it has here for a long is accurate because it's going to break out and continue. If there's a big sell-off and it breaks below, the long that QuantCrawler called for us is invalidated, and now we're going to be looking at a short, and we would want to re-upload charts to QuantCrawler to have it reanalyze what it thinks is happening. The verdict, action to take, a long, which again, up, and the confidence level that it gave it is high. You can see up here, confidence score is 85. That's pretty high. That's pretty good. We'll take it. Now, if you get to a point where you're more comfortable and you would like to actually adjust your risk to reward and say, hey, Aaron, $200 is too much for me, $200 is not enough, you would then simply come right here and all you would do is just type in, let's say 100, and I want my RR, which is risk reward, RR, you can shorthand it to be 1 to 2. You then click analyze and it will immediately pop out the same setup with the same confirmations with a long, but it will scale your position sizing so you can see it. It will consolidate and make things tighter, but your return or your reward isn't going to be as high as it was if you were doing 200 to 400. You understand that concept, right? You risk less. You could keep your take profit at 400 if you wanted to, but then you're targeting a 1 to 4. If you're just getting into it, you want to see the micro movements and get some small wins, target a 1 to 2 or even a 1 to 1.5. When I first started, I was doing a 1 to 1.5. I would put up $300 and I wanted to make 450. I was looking for a 1 to 1.5. I wasn't looking for a 2x return. So guys, there is exactly how you set up a TopStep account and you pair it with QuantCrawler if you're brand new to day trading. Now, I may take some heat for this video and it's okay, but here's a couple things that I need to tell you. A lot of people say you need to paper trade for 6 months and do this and do that. And in 6 months time, you can get up and running. You don't need to paper trade for 6 months and do this and do that. Give it a couple weeks. But the biggest problem I have with people who talk about day trading is they make it seem like it's such a big barrier to entry and it's so hard to do and you got to do this and you need to prove your strategy over 6 months, and it's honestly it's just bullshit. You don't have to do that. If I would have done that when I started trading in 6 months time, I would have paper traded and made probably over $100,000. And you know what I would have done? I would have sat and looked at it and been like, I'm really glad I took that guy's advice to paper trade, because instead of having $100,000 of real money in my account, I have $100,000 sitting in a paper account that's not even real and fake that I can't even access. So 6 months is excessive. Take 30 days. Sure, do it. But go at your speed. I'm one of those people that when I decide to do something, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to wait to make money. I'm just not going to. I'm going to try it. If I fail, that sucks. I burned $49 on TopStep and it didn't work out for me and I'll move on. But you know what? It didn't fail and it is working. And I have my own brokerage account. I use funded accounts. I use everything. I am teaching you guys here how you use TopStep to not over leverage yourself financially, but to have an opportunity for massive upside. If you guys can figure it out, you use QuantCrawler to learn, not as your strategy. It could probably be used as a strategy, but I'm not advocating for that. You need to have a strategy. You need to figure out what works for you and what doesn't, and then try it. There's no reason that you should not try something new that could change your life for $49. I know that it's more than that when you get to the activation fee. I know that. $49 a month to try it, a free 30-day trial on QuantCrawler. See what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? You lose $49 or you have an opportunity to make thousands. You decide. Maybe unlimited potential and upside just isn't in the cards. I don't know. But that's an overview of how you get a TopStep account, a full walkthrough of how to use QuantCrawler and what you're looking for. And I hope the trades are on your side.